This is the bass, and it comes in really nice. And the bass comes in, and it's funky beat. And it does this for like 3 minutes. But we're not going to do all 3 minutes. We're going to come back on us, because it's time to start the show. And then we will go to sleep until tomorrow. Yeah. I get in bed at 6. Wake up the next day at 6 o'clock. Full 12 hours of sleep. Skip dinner, skip showering. Don't see my wife, don't see my dogs. I'm just going to sleep for 12 hours. You will never see my eyes. Thanks for joining me for my new feature. I make up lyrics over the theme song.
That's good. That's a good bit.
Yeah. We'll see how it works for the audio listener.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who knows? Hi, Nikki. Oh, hey, welcome to VGB's episode 30. This is I'm John Warren. This is my forever co-host, Nikki Grayson. Hi.
30 years of podcasting.
30 years of podcasts. It's a big one. I got this. This is not product placement, because I'm gonna say it's bad. I got something called Just Iced Tea.
No, you fucked up.
It's not good.
No, of course it's not.
It's
John.
not good.
Of course it's not. They're gonna tell you that they're gonna tell you that they use recycled sugar on the back.
Oh fuck. What does it say? Okay, it says,
yeah, what's
taste
their
familiar?
brand story?
It says taste familiar? That's your spit. That's right. We bottle your own spit in every single bottle of Just Iced Tea. How did we get it? That's our secret. Signed Sarah, Spike, and Bailey.
Wow.
Weird.
Thanks, Sarah, Spike, and Bailey.
Thanks so much. You
That's
can send me a
awesome.
crate of this, and I can clone myself like the dinosaurs.
Just like in... Man.
What's the name of it?
I'm trying to think of a movie that has dinosaurs in it that isn't Jurassic Park.
Tammy and the T-Rex.
Classic. At the sneeze?
Bless you. Land Before Time. The little dinosaur.
I didn't have another one. Imagine if I had another sneeze. That was timed perfectly.
It would have been incredible.
That would have been good.
The
There's a
good
lot of
dinosaur,
dust
not
in
the
this
little
room.
dinosaur. I said the little dinosaur.
The Good Dinosaur.
The Good
No one's seen
Dinosaur.
that flick.
I did. I saw it on a plane.
Sorry.
And I was like, I don't know if I didn't like that or if I just watched it on a plane. And I thought
No,
about it.
you
and I
didn't
was
like it.
No, I just didn't like it.
You
It
just didn't
wasn't
like
very
it.
good. So there's a lot of dust in your room, huh?
Yeah, it's because of
They're
the
trying to
house
come in.
fucking that they've been doing.
Yeah.
So
It's
every
been going
day
on for
I
a
dust it.
long time.
Yeah. It has. You're right, John. Good. That's a good point you've made.
And I'm sure it's really like helpful and useful and and just,
Deeply
like, good.
actionable as well.
Yeah. There's probably a lot you could do. There's probably a lot.
But no, it's fine. It's whatever. I dust
I
every day and then I come back in and there's more dust than there was the night before.
There's more dust. That's interesting. I got a lot of shit online for posting the fact that I don't wash my rice.
Yeah, because it's crazy. I don't know can you walk me through the process
of washing rice?
No, you're making rice.
I put a cup of rice and a cup of water into an instant pot, and I set it to 12 minutes, and then it's perfect.
That's why you
every
fucked
time.
up.
No, it's lit. This is the part. Okay, so here's what I wrote exactly. I said, "What's your favorite bit of generally accepted internet wisdom you found?"
It's not even internet wisdom.
Okay, hold on. I'll go first. Whenever I wash my rice, I end up with the goopiest, grossest rice. And when I don't wash it, it comes out light and fluffy and delicious. Everyone's focusing on the first part of like, how are you washing rice, idiot? And not on the second part of when I don't do it, it's good.
It's fine. Yeah, no, for sure. So you're eating poison.
No, I'm not. I'm literally not.
I think you're just eating poison.
This is like if people are like, no, you need to get raw milk and then boil it. They already fucking do that. They already do it. Once it gets to me and it's not raw milk, it's pasteurized. They heat it up and they kill everything. You think we're getting rice from the fucking pig shit factory and not doing anything with it? You think there's just a bunch of people in pig shit going, oh, this rice looks great. Put it on the truck. Put it right in those fucking bags and put it right on the shelf. No, they're not. They're processing it. There's not fucking pig shit on this rice.
What you're actually doing when you wash the rice is you're taking off the extra rice,
the extra
powders,
starch. I understand that.
Yes.
I understand that.
So
and that's why the water is all cloudy and starchy when you wash it.
Correct.
Okay.
So when you put the rice in the Instant Pot,
yes.
No. Are you washing the rice in the vessel that you are making the rice in?
No, I will wash it till it runs clear. Hold on. Wash it till it runs clear, drain it, then add the right amount of water. Otherwise, you're putting too much water into the rice cooker.
Correct. So I want you to wash the rice in the pot the next time you make rice.
I'll put too much water in it. It won't drain properly.
Listen.
Okay, all right. I'll listen.
It's 2-1.
Not in an Instant Pot. Not even
Not in an Instant Pot. No, on the stove. I'm telling you.
Okay, all right.
So it's 2 water, 1 rice.
Yes. Yeah, on the stove, yes.
Wash the rice in the pot until it's mostly clear. So it's not going to be bone dry or bone clear, as it were, when you run.
Yeah. The X-rays work famously because the bones are clear.
That's how it gets through.
When they look inside, you're like, yep, we can't see anything. That means you have healthy bones. Good job.
It's not gonna be clear. You're gonna put that you're gonna put 1 cup rice, 2 cup water, pot lid, let it go, 15 minute, come back. Rice. This is you and like 5 other people have done something that is like, it's making me angry to a degree that I don't think. Because we're moving the argument, John. And you're moving the argument, and you're also talking to me like I haven't cooked rice this way. Like I haven't cooked rice for 15 years. I've cooked rice 100 times probably in my life. Is it only gummy when you put it in the Instant Pot? Is my question. No, it is also gummy on the stove, but it has been a minute since I've done stove rice. I just want you to explore a world where you're making it not in the Instant Pot and see what happens. I am moving away from rice cooker as a society in my home because rice cooker take too fucking long. You know how long rice can take? 15 minutes if put on stove. Then you have rice. Rice cooker, like 40 fucking minutes. For what? 40, what rice cooker do you have? What rice cooker do you have that's taking 40 minutes? 40 human minutes? No, take it back. Do something. Yeah, the Japanese famously don't know how to make rice. You need to take that back and throw it away. Long. 40 minutes? My Instant Pot takes 18. Okay, well, it takes about 5 minutes. It takes about 5 minutes to heat up, 12 minutes to cook, and then like a minute to cool down. And it's perfect. It's perfect. I'm waiting for Nikki to return. But I don't understand. Power cable so I could plug it in and see how long it would take. But I can't find the power cable.
That's all right. Listen, I understand. I had someone ask me, do you wash it in cold water? And I said, no, I wash it in boiling water. I love the way it pre-cooks the rice and burns my hands. Like I cook, I do things. It's not a thing. I'm like, I understand this. I'm willing to believe I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know what it is.
But I don't know what it is. It's a 2-step process, ain't it? You put the water on the rice, you cook the rice. So it's
but
like,
to me, but my point is that I'm like, I've got to clean the rice. I've got to wash the rice. I've got to wash the starch off. And like it was 3 weeks ago. And I was like, I'm fucking tired. I'm going to put this dirty pig shit rice in the Instant Pot with the same amount of water and some salt. And I'm just going to let it rip. And when I opened that fucker, it was fluffy and delicious. And I was like, this is perfect. What the fuck are we doing? This is too much. We've done too much.
It might just be localized to your community, to your home.
Maybe the Arlington water is
different.
Jerry's like, hey, Arlington, I gotta make my rice faster. I don't want to touch the rice with my
He doesn't want to touch the rice
with my hands.
What kind of rice are you getting?
Slow gummy rice. That's what it says on it.
Problem.
It's normal fucking rice. It's just long grain rice.
Just rice.
Yeah,
but
I'm not eating like
different
sushi
kinds
rice.
of rice.
I'm not eating like short grain.
No, for sure. But like there's
I'm not eating brown
rice,
which takes longer. Brown rice is so wild. It's like, you want some nuts? Hi, you want nuts?
Idiot.
You want nut rice?
Just awful. Remember when Panda Express switched their fried rice to brown rice? You remember that?
No.
There was an uproar.
No, they
put me. Yeah, they switched their rice from white rice to brown rice for a while. And then everyone was like, why the fuck would you do this? And then I think it's healthier.
It is healthier.
Who gives a shit?
Also, how is it healthier?
I don't like exactly. It's still fucking rice. It's just a different color.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Like I'm sure the Japanese eat some brown rice, but for as far as I can tell, they mostly eat white rice, and they live to like 200 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't understand.
They're so much healthier than we are, and they eat a lot of rice. Don't worry about them also walking around a lot of places.
No. Those are unrelated.
Taking better care of each other, especially as you get older.
Like society is like more tight knit, and there's kind of like a healthier process of aging, and then they kind of respect the people who are older than them. Society,
there's a lot of respect.
Leads into kind of more healthy conversations about aging. None of that is related. It is explicitly their color. It's just the rice.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna like actually start a fun conversation about things. And then everyone was just like, yeah. Someone's like skill issue.
Wow.
And then someone was, and then Cosbot asked, "Are you using cold water?" Yeah, I'm using cold water.
Listen, dude. I don't know. That's why you don't do anything you believe in.
Just don't
on the computer.
Don't put yourself out there.
You don't.
There's no point.
Never admit anything. You have to make neutral statements.
We have some breaking news.
Like I think World War II was bad.
Yeah, that was a big controversy that you started recently.
No, turn it off. Turn it off.
We have big news.
Yeah, I know. Turn it off.
Sony is acquiring 12 million Kadokawa shares for 50 billion yen. So it's 10% of.
Wait, but aren't they making all these shares up?
Well,
like I thought I saw something that was like just creating these shares. They're like creating an extra 10% of the company that they're then giving to Sony.
Yeah, which then will dilute basically everyone else's shares that they own. There's some stuff going on here, but 10% of Kadokawa shares will now belong to Sony. So instead of a full acquisition, it's more of a strategic. It's called a strategic capital and business alliance.
10% is not a lot.
It's not a lot, but it's actually very similar to kind of how Tencent usually structures its deals with other companies.
Yeah, Tencent has like 10% of Epic, right?
Yeah, they have like 10% of Epic, and then Riot is really the only, I think, major American one that they own outright.
And then they own all of DE.
That's right.
That's Canadian.
Yeah, that is Canadian.
They don't count.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. I don't watch anime. This doesn't affect me. It's probably it's bad. I don't know.
It's probably bad, especially from the anime side, because Sony owns so much of the kind of the anime pipeline right now, which is not good.
Yeah.
So consolidation on that front's probably not a great thing. I don't know if this really affects a whole lot of like Souls, FromSoft stuff. If you didn't know, Kadokawa is the umbrella company under which FromSoftware is held, along with Spike Chunsoft, who make
all those hot
Danganronpa.
Spike Chunsoft games that are coming out every year.
They also make Fire Pro, the Fire Pro Wrestling.
Like
series.
I said, all those hot Spike Chunsoft games that are coming out every year.
Yeah, well, they have some niche stuff that people like, but FromSoft is the big news there. So it will be finalized, it looks like, at the beginning of January. So unless some sort of regulatory body comes in and says this is no good, but because it's not a big merger,
I think that's also what it is.
I don't think that's gonna have anything to do with it. Yeah, well, with the changing administration, we really don't know what the mergers, acquisitions thing is going to look like if it's not American company. If it's American companies, I think there's going to be a lot more consolidation with basically no regulation going forward. But if it's a foreign company doing business and all that stuff, I don't think we're going to really give a shit all that much.
Yeah.
Not even that we could do much about it anyway, but just to put that out.
John's going to drink his bad juice.
It kind of tastes like a sock.
Wait, can you actually read the back of it? For
yeah,
real?
you actually.
What does it actually say? Like, what's their brand story? Because
what's their okay? Honestly,
it's not iced tea. Very critically, if you were listening at home,
it's iced tea.
Iced tea, which is nothing.
Correct. It says, honestly, we were heartbroken when our. Okay, I think I know what this is referring to.
Okay, got it.
Honestly, we were heartbroken when our beloved tea brand was discontinued. After growing with us for 23 years, our organic farmers were left stranded. We couldn't let that happen. Besides, our fans were thirsty, so we got brewing. Our farmers who grow our fair trade and organic ingredients provide a healthier, more just way of life. Oh boy, for their communities and our planet. And healthier options for you. This is just, Jesus Christ. This is just iced tea. It does not say iced tea.
No, it's iced tea.
No, but crucially on the mission statement, it says right here, this is just iced
tea. Which is not a thing. That's nothing.
Oh my God, Nikki. It's just as tea. It's just as tea. We're gonna have to actually leave. They're off the show. This has been a good one.
Turn this shit off. Jesus fucking Christ.
This is terrible. That is terrible.
Justice tea.
Justice
What
tea.
do you mean that their tea company got canceled? Is that what they said?
Believe I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna guess that this used to be sweet tea. There was like it had a grandma on it.
It had a grandma on
sweet tea.
Oh, no, sweet leaf.
Oh, honest tea is gone.
Oh, and which is honesty. So of course they did the same fucking stupid
justice
dumbass.
Oh man.
I'm glad they went out of business, and I hope they go out of business again.
100%. Okay, now I'm thinking of Sweet Leaf, which what happened to Sweet Leaf? Oh.
Just sweet enough
Nestle
means that
bottom.
it never. So they got. Just sweet enough means that it tastes bad.
I know.
So
I know.
That's what it.
Means. You can make a half lemonade, half iced tea that is too sweet. But whenever they're like, it's just sweet enough, it's like that's not sweet enough.
Oh, it doesn't even use sugar, John. That's also why. It's agave syrup.
It's agave syrup. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right.
So it's distributed by Eat the Change.
Jesus fuck.
Please. Going into the fucking restaurant.
Eat the change, you filthy animal.
Eat the change.
Oh, eat the change.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Eat the
Merry
change.
Christmas. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat
Please
it.
eat the coins.
Eat it.
Crunch the
Swallow.
coins.
Swallow. Thank you. Merry
Should
Christmas.
we email Seth, Spike, and Barry?
I said Seth, Spike, and Barry because it looked like Sarah,
Barney?
Spike, and Barney to me on the back, or Bailey.
Seth. I think
Spike.
it's Seth.
I think it's
Spike
Seth,
and
Spike.
Barry.
And Barry. That's right. Eat the change. That is a terrible name. Eat the change.
Eat
Eat the change. Eat the
Impact
change.
Grant Program. Eat the Change Impact is a grant program working to promote and expand access to climate-ready foods in the United States. Boo! Who cares about food?
Justice T.
Fuck the climate. This is one of the so they've donated only $1.5 million in 4 years. That's not a lot of money. Not to be crazy, but like that's not a lot of money.
It gives you a little bit of window into how much money they're probably making, which is like,
for sure,
not a lot.
How much does it say? Is it 1% or 5%?
5% of the revenue?
No, no, that's what I'm asking. How much does their money go to this?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
It says it on the bottle. I thought. No, it doesn't say it on the bottle. I thought it said it on the bottle.
No, the only thing I see is this P.S. This unique Mozambique tea comes to the world's largest and most remote organic tea garden.
Why is it so fucking remote?
60 plus hours to meet our farmers.
Well, why?
Well worth the trip. See pics at eatthechange.com.
Well, hold the fucking phone. Why is it so remote? Maybe the tea would be cheaper and taste better if it didn't take 60 fucking hours to get the tea back down there.
Yeah, do you think the farmer got an email or that these fuckers just showed up?
These white people just showed up at this man's Mozambique farm. They fucking found
these
us.
people. Hi, welcome to our farm. Yeah, so what you're with eatthechange.com? Get the fuck off my farm. Eat the change.
Okay, wait. In eatthechange.org's
yes.
Google Google short thing, it says we're donating more than $1.25 million over 3 years. When you click on it, and then says $1.5 million over 4 years. So they're doing only $250,000 a year.
Yeah.
Of money into this shit. Where does the money come from?
Where does it come from?
Before Seth and Julie sold their Honest Tea equity to the Coca-Cola company, they allocated...
It's so good. That's so good. Just contrasted with, honestly, we were heartbroken when our beloved tea brand was discontinued. You cashed out to Coca-Cola, you idiots. You don't get to print that on your bottle. You should be legally like Coke should sue you and say, no, you have to change this. We're fucking dumb that we thought Honest Tea would last forever once he sold to Coke. Stupid.
God. Yeah, no, they want to democratize plant-friendly diets.
Oh, come on.
And force people to eat with intention. So
force people. Is that really what it says?
Force. It doesn't. Okay. No. It just says eating with intention. Crucially, it does not say force people to eat with intention. I would have more respect for them if that's what they said.
We're gonna prop your little mouth open, fill it with spinach like a Popeye cartoon. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, Eat the Change focuses on sustainability across several dimensions. The particular emphasis on plant-based diets, food waste reduction, organic agriculture, the promotion of biodiversity, and innovation in sustainable packaging. We also got all of our money from Coca-Cola. Unrelated.
Unrelated.
They don't have any social presence. They've deleted all of their social
that does not surprise me.
Stuff.
That does not surprise me.
So, should we email them?
Good for them for cashing out and then acting like that it was done to them, and Honest Tea was canceled.
There's a huge thing at the top of the page that says to purchase delicious plant-based snacks, visit Eat the Change. When you click on it, it just takes you to the Justice Tea website.
The Justice Tea website.
Did you, John, get just the one bottle or multiple bottles?
I got one bottle because I was
okay. So you're free.
Well, I'm free. We were shopping for other things at Whole Foods on a whim last night just to grab a couple things, and I was like, oh sure. I love a lemonade iced tea situation.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh great. An Arnold Bomber, bro.
Here are, I think, the guys who created the tea company.
Arnie Bomber.
I love the Clippers. Show planning. Click, copy, click, paste. So that's them.
Oh, that's them, huh?
The guy in the second green shirt looks like Craig Federighi a little bit. The Apple Man.
Oh, it does. Yeah, that's true.
But like different. Like they moved the nose slider up a lot.
Yeah.
On this one.
Yeah.
To get
everyone in this photo has also got their shiny sliders all the way up.
Yeah, pretty shiny. They're all also the same color. Which is orange.
They really are all pretty orange. It's true.
The guy on the left has spilled something on his shirt very clearly and very obviously, and they have not photoshopped it out.
He has
near the button that is the second to lowest button. Spilled something on his shirt.
He did spill something on his shirt.
Is there a stain on the other green guy's shirt? There is. There are two black stains on his shirt as well. So that's good. This is just honest
These
stuff.
are the guys. This is Justice Tea. Hi, we're Eat the Change. Welcome to Justice Tea.
We're Eat the Change.
Welcome
to Justice Tea.
Nikki, have you played the Skibbity Toilet stuff in Fortnite yet?
No, I'm not 9 years old, John.
Are you mad about this?
Toilet doesn't
there
mean
seem
anything.
to be a lot of people that are actually
were mad. But apparently, I didn't realize that it's Ukraine Russia commentary. I thought it was just guys, but it is woke.
It's Skibbity Toilet woke?
No, but it is. I didn't realize it was like it's supposed to be Ukraine Russia commentary. But no, it doesn't mean anything to me. Like whatever, who cares? I played like 5 rounds of Fortnite today and didn't see anybody with it.
You didn't see anyone with Skibbity Toilet
no,
stuff?
Nobody had
probably
the Skibbity Toilet stuff.
You're probably not mostly playing this with children.
With 9-year-olds anymore, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wonder if they sort by age. I have so many questions about the way that they seed games in the video game Fortnite.
We should have
so many questions.
We should try to have someone on the show in the new year.
Yeah. Because like
I would love to know how Fortnite works. And
there's so many levers that they could pull to put people together. Like they could just bucket it out so the kids are only playing with kids, and then like because they know how old you are. Anyway, whatever. They put the Skibbity Toilet in the game.
They put Skibbity Toilet in the game. You can get a little backpack with the Skibbity Toilet, man. You can get
then the camera boy,
the camera people
is the guy.
So that's how they did that. I was kind of wondering.
It's only $20.
Yeah. If you, but you know what, it's gonna be a weird thing for a 40-year-old person to recommend. You should watch some Skibbity Toilet. Just you, the listener, you should watch like it will take you literally 10 minutes.
And I think you can think of it as school.
Yeah, it's like you are learning.
You will learn more about the world,
the kids, and what they're doing.
Now, very critically, it's over. Nobody cares. It's over.
It's
and
too
has
late.
Been for
Skibbity
like 2
Toilet
years.
Getting in Fortnite now is
one of the most watched things they've ever done.
Most watched things they've ever done. Yeah. Exactly.
It's taken a really long time. Too late. The window is closed.
The window closed.
It would have been a throwback if they waited another year and a half. But now nobody's talking about it anymore.
Exactly the wrong time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do? You gotta find the 9-year-old who invented it, I guess. That takes a long time.
But yeah, I don't know. I recommend it. I think I've watched like 50 episodes of it, and I don't regret watching it.
No, for
I'm
sure.
like,
Do you feel smarter, more learned?
No, 100% no. I don't.
Do you
feel
feel like if a kid came up to you in the Walmart that you could have a long conversation with them about the events of episodes 1 through 50 of Skibbity
I
Toilet?
could have a much longer conversation than your average person with a kid.
That's really good.
Toilet. Yeah.
Sometimes kids come up to you and start fucking yapping.
Oh, I know. I used to have a job which was doing customer service for Red versus Blue, Nikki.
Yeah. So sometimes kids are just trying to yap.
And guess what? I didn't do my homework on that one. I was like, they were just calling to talk about fucking Griffball and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
dude.
yeah, crazy. Those blue guys.
Yeah, they're blue. Can you name 5 characters from Red versus Blue?
No.
You don't think you could name 5?
No, Griff. That's the only one.
Can you name? Okay, so I was gonna say, so that's good. You got 1. Can you name 1 more? 1 more.
1 more character from Red versus Blue. Tango. Nikki's looking
incorrect.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
You could have said Sarge.
Sarge. Okay,
yeah.
Sarge was in there somewhere.
Yeah, Sarge is in there somewhere.
I couldn't get the filing cabinet open.
They've got the guy who voiced Caboose is the guy that they had to fire because he became a hardcore Trumpy and then was like harassing people in the community and at work actively.
Gross.
And then he also was the kind of guy who, like, unironically was like, "Please go buy gold because society's gonna fall apart." Like on their big podcast. Yeah,
fun. Go buy gold. Go get your bunker.
Yeah,
get your bunko. Go ahead.
Church was destroyed. Oh wait, no. Maybe his computer was destroyed. Why am I reading the Red versus Blue fandom page? Let me close this. John, would you like to take a guess as to what won Best Granola last year from the People's Food Awards? And then we could take up our video game, probably.
It's the Whole Foods made flax and berry. That
incorrect. It's called Sweet Dreams cereal, part of a healthy sleep routine.
Why? Because you fall asleep thinking about eating granola for the rest of your life?
I'm losing my mind at the idea that they're like, we've got to make...
Jeez.
It is deeply a me idea. Mm-hmm. Cereal, but for the nighttime, is a great idea.
Nighttime cereal is great.
Nighttime cereal is a great idea.
You mean like sleepy time cereal?
That's what it said. That's literally what this is. I think it's sleepy time cereal. It is
sleepy time cereal.
It's called Honeymoon Glow. It's got folic acid and vitamin E.
Chamomile in it or something?
Yeah, it's made with lavender, chamomile, and other nutrients.
Wow.
Said to promote natural. It's like, actually, I was talking shit.
Smart. It's actually pretty smart.
Cereal for nighttime fucking bangs. I take it back.
Yeah, if Cinnamon Toast Crunch made me sleepy, holy shit.
They don't sell it anymore.
It won Best Granola last year and they don't sell it anymore?
It won Best Granola for People magazine last year and they don't sell it anymore.
And they don't, oh my God.
They only sold it at Walmart.
Walmart. Yeah, we could talk about video games. Oh wow, I'm looking at the box now. Sweet Dreams, honey. You know what? I think I've seen this box before.
Do they still have it?
Nah, I mean it wasn't recent. It wasn't recent. It wasn't recent. Hey Nikki, I went to a halftime show at the Hornets game. And
oh yeah, what happened? Did you have a good time?
They gave me a PlayStation. They took it away from me.
Ah, that's tough, dude. I'm really sorry. This is a crazy story. I don't understand how this still happens. Like, it is.
I don't either.
Okay, here's the story. Last
Yes.
week at a Hornets game, they were doing a halftime show where a kid had to answer some questions, and the prize was a letter from Santa, ? Or they wrote a letter to Santa, and Santa was there with the Hornet, the big buzz man. And then in the letter, the kid was like, I want a PlayStation 5. And then the kid got some other like Hornets related gear. And then the last present that the kid got was a PlayStation 5. And then halftime ends. And then they got a real PlayStation 5, not a box.
Mm-hmm.
A real PlayStation 5.
And they handed it to the kid on camera. They handed it
to the child on camera.
And he was really psyched.
And then the halftime show ended, and then they took the PlayStation 5 away from the child and said, here are some other things instead.
Which was like a jersey and some other like small swag. Yeah.
And here's where you may be wondering. How is this possible? Why would you in front of literally 15,000 people. Not even the fact that this is on television and I could have seen this on League Pass.
Yes, because they keep the cameras on during halftime. Yeah.
You're literally in a room with 15,000 people. It's the Hornets. 12,000 people.
12,000 angry people, though.
Angry people.
So,
and you think that you can give a child an object and then take the object away from the kid is crazy.
It's crazy.
And
that, like the value of the gift would have to be so low to make that acceptable.
Yes.
Like if they hand him like one, it would be crazy. It would be in a way crazier to hand this kid like a Hornets mug and then be like, we actually can't give this.
We need
like I would probably be like, well, that's the weirdest thing I've ever fucking seen, but it wouldn't have been much of a story, probably.
Oh, but I would have dropped it. Now, if I got down there and they gave me a mug,
I would have spiked it.
And I would have fucking spiked it to the ground and
spiked it. And I would have looked over at the commentator and I said, "Good golly, Miss Molly." Yeah, that would have been amazing. No, but like, so I was reading about this. One, the cheerleaders and some of the people down there that were helping with this were not in on it. So reportedly, the cheerleaders were like, "What the fuck?
The fuck?
Like, this is crazy. What are you doing?"
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
The uncle of the child who brought the child to the game knew that this was going to happen.
That's crazy.
And did not tell his nephew. And so, like, okay, worst uncle ever
in the whole world.
In the whole world. If my uncle Jed was told, we're going to give your nephew John a fucking Super Nintendo, as this would have been in 1993, and we're going to take it back from him, my uncle Jed would have been like, what caliber rifle do you like to be shot with? Like, I mean, like, you just would have been like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. What are you talking about? So anyway, they apologized and they gave him a PS5.
And also probably some others, like he's gonna get courtside. They give him a
VIP package and he's got some other stuff.
Hey, gang, that's free for them. It's their own building. Now you're out more money.
Out more money. Yeah.
This was a $350 contest you ran for a child. Yep. And now you spent more money. Idiots. Stupid.
Really dumb. They said it was like, I mean, their apology was funny. It was like, yeah, I don't know what we were thinking. That was really dumb. It was bad communication and a bad idea.
I do respect that. I respect that.
It.
But obviously you fucked up.
Yeah.
You just need one person in there to go, can we just...
Hey, hold on 1 second. Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah, you don't have to walk fuck them through? Kids literally. I know it's like, I know it's the Michael Jordan franchise, but you don't have to like wear the ethos.
Yeah. Do you think that it was his PlayStation?
It was Michael Jordan's PlayStation?
Yeah.
I do.
In between, so someone took Michael's PlayStation out of his house. They found the boxes. Of course, he keeps the boxes in his closet.
Of course.
They reboxed it. They brought it down to the stadium. They didn't think that he was coming to this game. So they do the contest. Someone gets a text. Michael's here. And they say, oh, fuck. Shit.
Yeah.
You got to get that PlayStation back to Mike. So then that's why they say we're going to take the PlayStation back from the kid because it's Michael Jordan's PlayStation.
Mike said Texas says, I'm about to platinum Ghost of Tsushima. If you fucking give that kid my PlayStation.
I don't know how cloud saves work. It's all on. It's all local.
I say no to all the cloud stuff.
It's all local. I can't do
my
anything.
28-year college football 25 dynasty. I can't let you do that. It's
all local.
Yeah. I can't let you do that.
There are people who live that way. Is that crazy?
Yeah. Well,
it's crazy.
I mean, it's like I've had a lot of issues with doing cloud saves.
No, for sure.
But I still do it as a backup though. Yeah.
The thing that annoys me, there's a person, well, actually multiple people close to me in my life who every day their phone says, I think you should get some iCloud storage.
Yeah.
Because their phone is full and they haven't been, because they have 2 gigs of photos backed up and like, then it's full and it costs $3.
It's really inexpensive.
It's literally $3. And
yeah, but like they should say that though. Because I think when you get that notification,
yes,
I think that you're trained to be like, oh, that's going to be $15 a month.
Yes, no, for sure.
And it's like, no, it's
$3.
Yeah,
and like I understand people can have smartphone, not have money on top of smartphone, blah 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 blah. These are people who have $3. They give more money to garbage every month. Yeah, you know they can squeeze in the $3 so that when inevitably they eat the change. So when inevitably they drop their phone in the pool or in the toilet,
right?
And then they have to come to me and they say, "Oh, Niki, all my photos are gone." And then I say, "Did you use any of the multiple options you had to back up the photo?" No. I don't know what to fucking tell you. For $3, you could have had this not happen. For $0, you could have downloaded Google Photos. Idiots.
Seems kind of self-inflicted. Yeah.
I have no sympathy if you lose all your photos. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's not true.
We're going to stick to sports for a second. Did you see this Woody Johnson story from the New York Jets about his kids?
Good story. Great
about his kids, Brick and Jack. Woody Johnson one of the heirs to the Johnson & Johnson pharmaceutical throne. And he owns the New York Jets, the franchise that traded for embattled, let's call it, quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Anyway, the Jets are having one of the worst years they've ever had as a franchise, which is really saying something. And a lot of people have been throwing a lot of blame at Aaron Rodgers, which I think is totally fair, but we can't really let Woody Johnson, the owner, off the hook, because apparently, in addition to letting his kids and like some randos into the locker room and actually criticizing other players in front of everyone else in the locker room, which is
that's
which
good.
Is
that's
honestly
just good workplace vibes.
Honestly, it's like kind of shocking that has been going on for a while and we hadn't heard about it already, because I feel like that would have gotten out earlier.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That part of it's crazy. In fact, that part of it is actually even crazier than why I brought it up. But the really funny thing is that apparently Woody Johnson, the GM, nixed a trade for a wide receiver named Jerry Jeudy from the first Denver Broncos and now the Cleveland Browns, who's having a really good season, by the way, because his Madden rating was not as high as Brick and Jack would have wanted it to be to head over to the Jets.
That's good. The Madden team must have popped the fuck off when they were at that.
Oh, they must have had the funniest morning.
Yeah, just a delightful morning.
I mean, so funny. To be the reason why Woody Johnson's 2 fail sons, again named Brick and Jack. Brick and Jack.
Brick Johnson.
Frick Johnson and Jack Johnson, not to be confused with musician.
Frickin' Jack is so close to frickin' Frack that it's like,
so yeah. I don't want to give Colin Cowherd a lot of props, but I did see him this morning on a TikTok. He goes, Brickin' Jack, huh? Sounds like a Nickelodeon show.
It's true.
Like, it's true.
He's right.
He's right.
You know about frickin' Frack.
I do know about frickin' Frack.
The comedy ice skaters.
I do know about frickin' Frack.
It's the most LB coded thing I think I know.
Yeah, that's pretty LB coded.
Is rich knowledge about frickin' Frack.
Yeah. You have rich knowledge about Frack? I don't have rich knowledge about Frack.
It's not rich. I think it's pretty perfunctory.
That was it?
Yeah. If I had to tell you the truth, John.
Rich is relative, right? Like,
That's
like
true.
there might not be that many people left who know
about
actual
frickin' Frack.
rich knowledge of frickin' Frack. So you might
like
be.
if Google Trends got down to the tens when they would track trends, after today, I think frickin' Frack's gonna spike.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
That'll be really interesting. God, Fox News would panic about that. Like they would just be frickin' Frack has gained a lot of troops. Do you think Luigi is mobilizing his co-conspirators?
Luigi's mobilizing frickin' Frack?
Frickin' Frack to do more crime? That's Woody Johnson using Madden to make actual GM decisions, which is wild. Switch 2 rumors docked. It's apparently going to be called Switch 2.
Who cares, John?
Which is very, very funny to me.
Possibly care anymore about the new Nintendo Switch. It's gonna come out. It's gonna play Mario on it.
That's it. It's also gonna be more powerful when it's docked, which is incredible news for me, one of the sickos that leaves it docked 95% of the time.
You're sick and disgusting.
I am sick and I'm very happy. They were honey-coated words to my ears this morning when I heard that there's like, we're gonna make it worse for the handheld weirdos. I'm like, great.
Good. I think this is there have been like these prototypes have leaked out to lads. And they're not prototypes. I think people got it's case makers who got shells and then they sent those files to somebody else and then someone made it. It still looks like one of the worst objects ever made to hold ever.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
It's kind of nuts. They had the opportunity to reshape the Joy-Con and they said,
we're good. They could have looked at the sales of, and I'm not saying like this is the perfect solution, but they could have looked at the sales of those thicker ones that
I have.
They kept making. Somewhere. I have a pair of those too, and it's like there's a reason people buy those.
There's a reason people buy those. So now they've made them bigger. They're more paddle like. They're bigger now because the screen is bigger. The screen's 8 inches now. LCD though, unfortunately, which is
crazy,
fucking annoying. That's the only
man.
thing. Like that's actually the only thing that is like I'm actually pissed about it. Is like
I'm super pissed about it. I mean, I'm still I get that I'm still a docked person, and but it's like once I got like my usage went from 95% docked to like 90% docked when I got the
that's
OLED.
Huge.
Like I absolutely use that thing more now that it's OLED.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't use the Switch very much because I didn't like looking at it because the screen on the regular Switch is asshole. It's pretty bad. So bad.
Like I think even as far as LCD screens go, it's pretty.
It's not a good one, and the bezel is enormous. Like it just sucks to look at.
Super big. Yeah.
And now that big bezel is back on this, and it's an 8-inch LCD screen, so that's annoying. So in 18 months, everybody's gonna buy another one when they put the LCD screen in it, or maybe that guy on YouTube, Taki Udon, will put out an OLED screen. I could do it myself.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Because that's what he's doing now. He has like what I'm talking about? Who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
For the listener, there's this YouTuber named Taki Udon who used to just kind of review Chinese handhelds.
Yeah.
But then
he was like
so much.
He was a retro game core competitor, quote unquote competitor. That they just made similar content and now he's doing some different stuff.
Yeah, I think he's made so much money from his videos and he already lives in China. So
Yes.
he has been like, okay, well now I can start making this stuff I want to make. So he's like partnered with a factory to like make OLED screens for the Switch with like kits to do it yourself, which is cool. So maybe this Switch will come out, Switch 2 will come out, and then a little while later he'll have OLED screens for it. That would be nice.
Be amazing.
Yeah.
So cool. So cool. Which I would consider, because I really, LCD. I mean, the Retroid Pocket 5, which is something I just bought and got and set up.
Oh, is it nice?
It is nice. It's just like, if you want a handheld that is the size of the Steam Deck screen instead of like the size of a Steam Deck, it's kind of nice, especially for like smaller. It's an Android. It's an Android phone, essentially, which is with a controller
with
and
controllers
some extra
married
stuff
to it.
Yeah. But it's real snappy and the screen looks great. It's a really nice OLED. It's a nice 1080p OLED, which is gorgeous for something small. And I'm like, okay, I would be, like, Nintendo doesn't have to be embarrassed about anything, I guess. And they certainly aren't. They're not embarrassed about the performance of some of their first party games. So like, whatever. But I don't know. I would just be like, put the thing in it that like Chinese knockoff like emulators are putting in it. I don't know.
Yeah. And just, I don't know, like what's the worst that could happen?
Do that. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? I don't know. It's kind of strange.
I would like to right now set up a bet, John.
Okay, what's your bet? Let me pull up DraftKings.com.
I think we put $5 down.
Okay.
Each of us.
Okay.
And we right now guess what the colors for the launch Joy-Con are going to be. Now,
So do you agree that there will be 2 sets?
There will be 2 sets. That is,
I agree.
That is how I feel. So for the uninitiated, your options at launch were black, gray, awful, or neon red, neon blue.
Yeah.
For when the SWOLED came out, your options were neon red, neon blue, and white.
White. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think assuming that there are 2 Joy-Con colors, 2 sets of Joy-Con colors, John Warren, what colors will the Joy-Con be?
One set will be red and green to celebrate the 3D Mario that is going to launch alongside it. Okay.
It's an inspired decision.
The other will be kind of a Super Nintendo gray.
So
with colored buttons.
Okay. So that's huge. Okay.
Okay.
So that was one of mine, is that they are going to just lean into this
the Super Nintendo
actually, and it's going to be Super Nintendo gray, purple buttons, and in Japan it will be Super Famicom rainbow
with
buttons.
The great rainbow buttons,
it will be annoying for everyone involved.
It'll be fucking annoying for everyone involved. Imports of that shit are going to be crazy. Yeah,
that's what I feel. If they are moving in a direction where they're going to call it the Nintendo Switch 2, which is fucking stupid, and not the Super Nintendo Switch, which is right there.
So great.
It's right.
It's like
there.
I'm gonna get it for Super Switch. Like that sounds like I don't get it. I don't get it. It's right there. It's so good.
It's right there. There was the other rumor in this block of rumors is that the dock looks the exact same, except it's a little thicker because there's a fan in it, so it can upscale, and then it has the number 2 on the side of it. It's like, what are we doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
And stylizing the logo the same way that Super Nintendo was stylized would have gone fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The other ones will be neon.
You could have done a like a two switch sound.
Yes.
And like,
John,
oh my God.
It's all there.
Yeah.
Listen, this industry is not hard.
It's not hard. It's not hard. Everyone makes it too difficult.
You make it too fucking difficult. It's really
Everyone
simple.
makes it too hard. It is.
You do the stuff that's easy. They're called layups for a reason. The other ones will be neon red and neon blue.
Oh, neon red, neon blue.
I think they will be the same.
They will be the same. Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think that's a safer bet than something like red and green.
Yeah,
I do think that's. I think that's probably right. But I'm like, maybe they'll do something different.
I think the nod will be both to, or maybe, maybe not, because they're still going to sell the old one on the shelf next to it, and they can't have the same colored Joy-Cons on the box.
I would make that argument
next to each other on this shelf, which honestly would remove them from gray as well. Unless the box is an entirely different color.
Yeah, the box would have to be, I think, very hugely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Nintendo love their red box.
Nintendo love red box.
Idiots. If they called it the Super Nintendo Switch, then it could have been a black box.
Could have been a black box.
Is that the box that... I don't know what the box for the Super Nintendo looked like.
They had a black one. Super Nintendo box.
Nope, oh my fucking... These idiots. These fools.
Yeah, no.
These absolute fools.
Could have just been this red lettering, this black box with yeah. It's really goofy. It's really goofy, huh?
This would have gone crazy.
I know. But it's like what they would argue, what I think Nintendo would argue, is that they never like being kind of stuck to the past. They like
sure.
dipping their toe in every once in a while and going, hey, remember this. But I think if they put their big box item that they want to sell forever, they don't want to feel like it's a novelty. I can kind of understand it. Understand it. But I also think that they are smart enough and certainly adaptive enough to pull this off. And
I would argue that they are probably the only company that could pull it off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? Like them and Sony just did it. And they did it also similarly whack, where they didn't just sell the face plates for the PlayStation 5 that is the same color as the PS1.
Have you seen the box for the Super Famicom, though? Oh, Nikki, prepared to be like despondent. Like, how beautiful is that? I know. Like, we're losing
our recipes, Sean.
I know. If you've never seen the Super Famicom box, it is just a gorgeous multicolored outline of the console and both controllers. Like every single line essentially alternates a colorway. So it's just this weird kind of beautiful multicolored box, and the Super Famicom logo is incredible.
This is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. And I guess I should read more just generally, but it's period. But it's just like, I don't feel like I've read the exact reasoning for such a stark brand shift. I mean, I get calling it Super Nintendo or Nintendo more than Famicom. Famicom does seem does seem wrong for an American audience for some reason. Yeah. But it's like I just, because family in America means baby shit, while family in Japan doesn't mean baby shit.
Doesn't mean baby shit. Yeah, and also they wanted it to be VHS VHS adjacent for the Nintendo, for the NES.
Right.
And for the NES, what? For the NES.
There you
Jesus
go. No,
Christ.
No, Nikki.
No
you
way.
Channeled your inner 52-year-old. Because that's what my elders would call it. They'd be like NES. Yeah. I had NES after my Atari 2600.
No way, gross.
Then I had a SNES.
Vomit.
Yeah.
Sad. It's sad, man.
It's nuts. But
like, the thing that's nuts is that also in its own way, the Super Nintendo is like also visually iconic, like similarly visually iconic for the time period. It just is such a different energy entirely from the Famicom.
It is a different energy. Yeah, I would. Yeah, oddly enough, the structure and form factor of the SNES is, I think, like remarkably stronger than the Super Famicom, except I would change the controllers. Like
Interesting. I disagree.
I don't think the purple
vehemently.
is I don't think the purple is interesting.
I don't think the purple is interesting either. I like the shape of the Super Famicom way more than I like the shape
You
of
do?
the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Yeah. But also the PlayStation 1, the PS, like not the box one, but the PS one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like with the flip up thing?
Yes, the round one.
Yeah, the round one, yes.
That one looks like now that I'm looking at it, looks like a Super Famicom.
Yeah, the PS1 looks like the rounded one. Yes.
Yes. Now, I did, John Warren, for a very long time think that the PS1 was how it always looked.
No.
No,
Yeah.
it is, and it's not.
No, and I also think there is a contingent of people who are younger, and it's understandable to forget this. Just forget that, like, for a few years, it just did not have analog joysticks on the controller,
which is
like we
nuts.
we were playing Siphon Filter without joysticks. We were playing these like 3D games without joysticks, which is crazy.
That generation was really long.
It was really long, yeah.
1994, and then that PS1 came out in 2000, and then
it was really
the
long.
PS2 came out in 2002.
Yeah, the
wait, no, the PlayStation 2 also came out in 2000.
Yeah, so they kept making stuff for the play. Like, that was another thing, is that like RPG makers and like big third parties would still just be like, oh, we're making a PlayStation 1 game because it's still going to sell okay.
Yeah.
There wasn't, I don't feel like there was as much of a, once the PS2 is out the door, the PS1 is a piece of shit. There was like not as, one, the backwards compatibility aspect was there. So there was this kind of like feeling of like, no, you can still buy PS1 games. Like, we still love these. But there was also something really funny about like how long that was, but how prolific every single major developer was. I mean, you go back and look at Square Enix in terms of like what they released from 1996 to 2001, and it's staggering. It's 5 Final Fantasy games, it's Xenogears, it's Chrono Cross, it's like all these classics, and it's just like, wow, like things have drastically changed. They've really drastically changed. Super different. But
they sold a lot of these things, huh?
Yeah, they sold a lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't believe it's not called a Super Switch. I really can't.
Yeah, it's silly. I can't believe that what a good idea just putting the DVD player in this thing was.
Super smart.
It's a good idea. Imagine picking the wrong like medium, you know? Like the wrong disc. Like, you kind of are like, oh, I've got my home console, and I'm gonna put DVDs in it, even though DVDs are kind of being phased out already because we've been using DVDs for a long time. And then like there's another disc that does exist and it holds a lot more data. And then there's a different disc that is slower and people like less and also more expensive to make. And I think, and here's my idea, John. We don't integrate it into the box at all. We're gonna sell an attachment that you plug into the box that we sell, and it's going to be about 50% of the price of the box that we already sell.
It's going to be it's going to be kind of pricey. Yeah.
And it's not going to give you any other functionality other than just playing the movie. Are you interested? Do you think that's a good, should we do that?
I can think of maybe a better way to do it. Do we want to?
I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to, I think that this HD DVD pitch,
okay,
looks pretty good to me.
Sure. All right.
Business isn't hard.
HD DVD.
But also, what's crazy? Imagine inventing the phrasing for HD DVD and losing.
I know.
Everyone was saying DVD already.
Everyone was saying
and
DVD.
everyone was saying HD.
Yeah.
How do you get HD DVD and you still lose?
Yeah.
Foolish.
Yeah, well, I think it's the extra letter. Just do HDVD.
HDVD is good. HD video disc.
HD video disc.
It's right there.
It's right there. It's right there.
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Business isn't difficult. It's like, really easy.
But just imagine the butterfly effect of one of us in that room just being like, just call it HDVD. It's like we go into the future. Phil Spencer is the president of the world. Hello, we've put our first HDVDs on Mars. We did it. We watched all seasons of Titus on Mars on HDVD.
The first species to ever do that.
What was the best-selling game on PlayStation 1?
It's gotta be NHL Hits 94.
Gran Turismo. What's the highest-selling game on PS2?
Gran Turismo 3 at A-Spec.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What's the highest-selling game?
Grand Theft Auto.
Highest-selling game on PS3?
Grand Theft Auto 4.
You're so close. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Jesus.
How crazy is that?
Crazy.
See, doesn't that seem impossible?
That feels impossible.
Doesn't that seem impossible? It seems impossible to me. It sold 15 million. It sold 15 million copies on PlayStation 3.
I think it's still on.
Yeah, I think it is too. Best-selling.
There is an active PlayStation 3 game in development right now. There's a live service PlayStation 3 game on God's green earth.
I'm gonna actually look this up.
Is that true? Is GTA 5 on PS3 still? Oh fuck no, it's been shut down, John.
They shut it down.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, no, it's been shut down for 3.
It's been shut down. Okay. What's the highest selling game?
Grand Theft Auto 4 multiplayer is still online.
That's still on. What's the highest selling game on PS4?
I'm gonna go ahead and say Grand Theft Auto 5, John.
Marvel Spider-Man. What's the highest selling game on PlayStation 5?
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say Grand Theft Auto 5, John.
Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that one tracks. That makes a lot of sense. How many copies has Marvel Spider-Man sold?
It says 20 million shipped as of November
20 million?
Yeah.
How many PlayStations have they sold?
Oh, what? How many PlayStations? All across all consoles?
No. Across across PS4s.
All PS4 sales. About 120 million units.
Is that good? Is 1/6 good?
Yeah, 1/6 is crazy.
Yeah.
1/6 of players own this game is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Imagine being one of those 5 other people that doesn't. But that's the thing that I don't get, right? Is how do you have a PlayStation 4 and then not have Sony's, Marvel's, Sony's, Disney's, Marvel's Spider-Man?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's nuts.
That is nuts. That is super nuts.
How much do you think a PS1 costs?
Ooh, I know, like an original one?
Yeah. PS1.
What game?
Oh, like $80.
What game is 15th on the PS4 list and has sold 6 million copies? Let me just cut you off at the pass and say you won't guess.
Can you give me the one above it and the one below it?
Yeah, the one below it is also crazy. 5.5 million. Detroit Become Human. Okay. And then the one above it is less crazy. It's Ratchet and Clank at 7 million.
PlayStation 4 games.
PlayStation 4. 6 million copies.
6 million copies. PlayStation 4 games.
This is crazy.
6 million Is it perhaps Knack? No. Knack sold 1 million. Knack sold a milli.
Knack sold 2 million. It's 28th.
It's fucking crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
2 million people bought
There's some other references here. At 19th is Cyberpunk 2077, 3.8 million.
6 million copies.
6 million copies.
What's the gap from Spider-Man to number 2?
0. What's number 2?
What do you mean?
These two games have sold the same amount, roughly. They've rounded, but they've sold the same amount.
Oh my God. God of War, the first one?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Fuck! What? I don't know.
God of War is 19.5 million. That's right behind them.
That's right behind it.
Okay.
Wow,
so
they sold a lot of copies of Grand Theft Auto.
16. I mean, number 15, 6 million. So we got Ratchet and Clank above it. We have Days Gone above that at 7.3. We have Bloodborne, 7.4. Star Wars Battlefront, 8.4. Ghost of Tsushima, 9.3. Last of Us Remastered, 10 million. Horizon Zero Dawn, 10 million. Last of Us Part 2, 10 million. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, 11 million. Gran Turismo Sport, 12.7 million. Uncharted 4, 16 million. Niki, number 15, 6 million copies. What has sold 6 million copies on PlayStation 4? I said another game that was made by the same developer a second ago. A few entries ago.
I don't know.
It's no idea. Infamous Second Son. You could have knocked me over with a feather when I saw that game sold 6 million. I've never seen a game not move the needle in any meaningful cultural sense. Ooh, they're coming in through the roof over at Niki's place. I don't think I've ever seen a game that has done less for the cultural needle sell this many copies. Like
Infamous
Detroit Become Human
Son.
Makes sense to me. Like even Days Gone. Like Days Gone has gotten enough hate that I'm like, okay, yeah, 7 million sounds about right. Infamous Second Son, 6 million copies.
I'm literally struggling to wrap my brain around this. And they're drilling into my brain also.
They are also drilling into your brain. I was just shocked. Shocked.
Shocking.
That's crazy to me.
I can't believe that. Good for them.
Good for them. I mean, good for Sucker Punch. I mean, obviously they found like a new niche with
and now they can make Ghost a good Tsushima. Game.
I can't believe it.
How exciting.
How exciting for them. Let's have questions, huh?
Okay. Are you playing anything though?
Yeah, I'm playing Path of Exile 2. What's
that? Is it a Diablo?
It's a Diablo, but it's also Dark Souls a little bit. It's a little more agile. It's really hard.
Is it look like a Diablo? Is it isometric?
It looked like a Diablo.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Look like a Diablo. You can play it with a controller. It runs okay on Steam Deck. I think it's verified on Steam Deck, but it's okay on Steam Deck. I don't know if I love it on Steam Deck. But it runs with controller or mouse keyboard. It's actually been kind of a problem to pry me away from it recently. It's pretty good. It did end up pretty high on my list of games of the year. Even very recently, which is kind of strange. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that. I'm running a witch who is essentially a chaos magic user as well as a summoner, a bone summoner. So basically, like when you kill someone, So basically, when you kill creatures in the world, they turn into skeletons, and she's got magic that basically like turns those skeletons against other people, guys. Which is fun. Good.
I think that's the guy that I was in Diablo.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular class. Yeah. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I did Diablo 4 and Diablo 3, actually. And you can go get early access now, which is paid, but when it comes out for real, it will be free. And genuinely, it is not a game that asks you to spend money on it. It is a very
how are they gonna make
wild. They make money from whales that basically buy cosmetics and extra storage, and that's stuff you can buy. So when you're out in the world and you're picking up a bunch of stuff, if you're really annoyed by how little you can pick up, you can buy more storage. You can also do cosmetic stuff, but like from a moment to moment gameplay perspective, I have not one moment even been asked to spend money.
Oh,
like
that's exciting.
Nowhere has it popped up. Hey, you can spend money on this. I've had to seek that out. That's really wild.
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
nuts.
I don't know if that changes. Because what's happening with early access, because it's early access, they're patching the fuck out of this game all the time. So builds that were overpowered, you go to sleep, it's overpowered, you wake up, it's been nerfed really bad. The good news is that builds are really easy now to basically undo with their massive skill tree. It is a massive skill tree. If you never looked at it, go look at the Path of Exile 2 skill tree. It's one of the biggest things I've ever seen. You can basically respec all your stuff to find a build that works with all the patching. So there are a lot of patches being done all the time.
What the fuck am I looking at?
It's huge. It's crazy.
All of these are...
It's a lot.
It looks like shoot constellations, gang.
It does.
Like, what?
Yeah, it looks like a star chart. It's pretty wild. It's really big.
Whoa.
So there's a lot you can do, and it's absolutely.
Oh, and then you can build it.
You can build it. You can build it beautiful, like Squarespace. And
wow, this is a good website. What website is this? Maxroll.gg.
Maxroll. They're a really good site for looking at kind of builds and strategies and all that stuff. I've not used them. I've kind of gone in blind and not yet. And kind of made my own build, and I'm liking it so far. But I know that at some point I'm going to run into kind of in-game mess that will probably be really tough to wrap my head around. So but it's honestly some of the most fun I've had playing video games at my desk all year.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Hey,
Niki,
John,
what about you? Yeah, what?
I looked at Max Roll and was like, wow, this looks a lot like
Max
Wowhead.
Payne.
And then and then I went to wowhead.com. Did you know it still looks like that?
Yeah, Wowhead still looks like it.
Yeah,
like it used to. Yeah, that is surprising.
Excuse me. Yeah, it still looks like this, huh?
Yeah. Well,
and they want that.
Yep, they want that. Yeah. I mean, they're really kind of leaning into like we want the internet to look like the internet of old,
Huh. Anyway, I've been playing Indiana Jones.
Let's talk about that.
We finally got out of the Vatican, and now I'm in Giza.
I
saw it come up at first, and I was like, these fucking idiots spelled it wrong.
No.
But no, that's how they spell
it. Mm-hmm, that's how they smell it. Smell it.
That's how they smell it.
That's how they smell it. We're going to combine segments here because we had a couple of questions from the Hive. If you want to ask us a Hive question, you can go to VGBs.com/join, and you can join the Hive. You can join it for free, but you will just only get Discord access. You won't be able to join our fun Hive channel. That's a paid tier. And in the Hive channel, you'll be able to ask us questions every single week. We had a couple about Indiana Jones. Destructonaut asks, before playing Indiana Jones, I didn't realize it's essentially an immersive sim. We're going to come back to this. Do you think some people are having a more muted response to it, or due to the fact that it's an in-sim, but you can't make Indy piss, shit, or come? And then Lucky Hyena says, what does immersive sim mean to you on a personal level? So I'm having fun with this game. This is a really good game. I don't think it's an immersive sim.
I don't think it is at all. There are no systems.
There are no systems.
The only system is gravity, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's which is only interactable to you when you pull people to interact with it. And it feels more like a bespoke set of animations that happen like in Madden than it does feel like a system interacting with another system to do a thing.
That's actually a really, really good point, Nikki. It like there are kind of canned animations that have to kind of happen
Yeah.
in this game, which is kind of odd. There is still
Yes.
physics happening and all this stuff, but it's like, but I know what you mean. It's not. It is not in Simi the way that a physics system would be in Simi. But also, you're right. There really are not systems here, and they're really not. I don't think there are as many ways to solve a problem as I would want there to be to
No.
actually call it an insect.
Yeah, for sure. You can't like. There is an intended way to solve the puzzles.
You can't like talk your way out of a fucking problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you
No,
can't.
for sure.
At
Which
least
is
that I've
which is
found,
like
which
no,
is
no,
fine.
and you
Right.
can't. And like even you can't also like you there are sections where you have to stealth, but also like
Yeah.
you can just walk away. Like and maybe this changes, right? But like most of the scrapes that I got myself into in the Vatican, which is the section that I just got out of,
Mhm.
if it was a situation where it was like, there are literally 15 guys behind me. If I keep walking, they'll go away.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, like I'm willing to forgive that because it's like I understand, like I don't know.
I'm playing a video game.
Yes. Yeah. Like it's fine. Like it's okay. But it is not those systems are not considered in a way that like a Prey considers its systems, or even like a Zelda considers its systems.
Right.
Which I would say Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are much closer to immersive sims
100%
than this, right? So I don't think this is one of those.
I don't either. I think it is an interesting genre mishmash. It is funny to decide what it's an insim in the sense of like, I'm going to be a person that is going to use my whip a lot, or I'm going to be a person that is going to use my pistol or do stealth, but you're still essentially just solving problems the exact same way.
Yeah.
And so I don't really think that. I think, to answer Lucky Hyena's question, an immersive sim is going to give me multiple solutions to a problem, and those solutions are not are more complex than you got to point B by punching a guy instead of sneaking past him. I don't think that is enough. I think it is more about, did you find the puzzle pieces or the blackmail item, or did you like Dishonored? Did you kidnap an NPC that another person needed to talk to in order to trigger a quest kind of update? And now that person's confused, and now you can basically corner them and kill them. It's like, those are immersive sim systems to me. And Indiana Jones, at least as far as I have found them,
it doesn't
don't
change.
have those. I think one of my favorite things is in the Vatican. I was in a hallway and I saw a bust, like a statue bust, and the interactable button came up on it. And I thought it would be like Indiana being like, oh, this belongs in a museum. This is Socrates, or blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But it really is just like, pick it up so you can brain a Nazi with it, a fascist with it. Which is which is so really funny. Good. Like I laughed so hard at that. So what parts of the Great Circle are you vibing the most with?
I am feeling the way that I kind of felt when I was playing Uncharted. Okay. Which is to say that like I'm having a good time playing the video game and actually finding myself locking the fuck in on the cutscenes. And I'm like, oh, heck yeah. What if it was what's kind of cool? Indiana Jones is kind of cool. Yeah. Like he's kind of a cool guy.
Kind of great. Yep.
And it is a little brain smooth for me. But I think that's actually kind of nice. I am doing a lot of exploration in a way that normally I do not in these kinds of games. Like I'm not really the kind of person to be like, I gotta find all the little guys. Yeah, but like there was something really nice about like kind of not, by the end of it, not needing the map in the Vatican because I kind of knew where I was. Sure. And then like the first time I walked up to I looked at my journal and it gave me the location of a place. And then I didn't have to look at the journal again to get there. I just kind of walked over to the signpost to teleport over there because I knew that's where I needed to be. I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. Like I do feel like I have locked in enough on this region of this on this map to understand the relationship that each location has with each other, and that was really nice. It's just it's goofy. Like I do think it's goofy in a way where it's like, yeah, there are so many little objects that you can pick up that all do the same thing. Like the paintbrush is the hammer, is the like stick that you can pick. Like it's all the same thing. It just looks different.
Yeah.
But I think it's silly. Like it's just really silly. I think that's nice. It's funny every time you forget that you have to hold the whip button and then Indiana Jones falls into the spike pit. It's funny every time.
Yeah. It's super funny. I actually think this game starts weird with a full
that part's weird.
Reshowing of the Raiders of the Lost Ark intro, except you're basically controlling it. I don't understand that choice.
It feels like that was the slice they made for Disney.
Right.
And then after that,
then someone really skittish said
they
said
put it in the game. That's weird.
Which
I don't know
I did not understand. Because
as it feels like it is it feels like the goal narratively is to have it, here's time and place.
Right.
Because all it is telling you is that this is right after Raiders.
Right.
Like it's right after Raiders is all it kind of gives you. But then it's like, okay, but I've seen Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And if I haven't seen Raiders,
this doesn't really establish.
Then it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything for me. You could have just started it at the beginning of the video game.
Yeah.
And then if you have seen Raiders, well, you've seen Raiders.
Mm-hmm. So you don't need to do this.
Yeah. Because it simply isn't Raiders.
The other reason I know this isn't an immersive sim Destructonaut is that in that opening sequence where you're like following Alfred Molina around in his first role, you can't just like whip him and be like, hurry up and
Alfred
like go
Molina.
throw shit and like it's like no, like I think this game does have a little bit of a we wanted to maybe dial this up even a little bit more, but we couldn't. And also I think there is a little bit of a pacing issue in this game where I can already kind of see myself wanting this to be 3 separate kind of eras of Indy's life with 3 separate MacGuffins, because the rip-roaring, fast, cool adventure feels awfully slow, in this game. And it's like you're doing a lot of really leisurely, stealthy exploration, which is like not really an Indiana Jones thing.
It's impossible to know how much time is passing.
Right.
Because time freezes while it's like time only moves in the cutscenes.
Yeah, you're in a and like I don't even think this is a criticism, but you are in a video game. This game is not trying to convince you of anything. Nikki mentioned that, the guys will basically stop chasing you if you basically get past a certain threshold, which like kind of pulls you out, and time totally freezes in these levels, which is really effective for cinema when you have these amazing kind of lighted cutscenes. Like there's really like, this is a good looking game in a lot of ways, but it is constructed to feel like a movie. Yeah, and yet you can be this unbelievably meticulous completionist player, which makes everything kind of feel slow in a way that
the stakes
if you like
feel really
Indiana
low.
Jones, the stakes feel low. If you like Indiana Jones, I am kind of sitting there like, this isn't really the vibe of Indiana Jones. They got a lot of it here, but the moments where it's like, do you want to do this optional stuff? It's like, Indiana Jones didn't do fucking optional stuff.
Yeah, no, he was deeply just trying to get the thing
Incredibly focused.
On account of it's the Nazis. And
Yeah.
that narrative rub is impossible to square with the rest of the part where you're looking for medicine bottles.
It's really strange. And you're plucking biscotti off of tables and eating it, or whole lemons. You know, and you're just like, what Indiana Jones was this? Like, it's kind of a weird, like, and that's why I'm saying it would have been nice to have something that was tighter, that had these like separate kind of timestamps of like, this happened right after Raiders. Like, here's a different story that happened before Raiders, but after Temple of Doom. Like, you know, it's like, it's a weird, like, it's nitpicky, because I think this is a really good game. But there is something about the pacing that's like, well, this feels like it was for something else. But
because it's a Wolfenstein game, and I think that's
but like even Wolfenstein games are paced, I think, more tightly than this.
For sure, there is narrative thrust, and probably because it's a first-person shooter, they're not like exploration.
There's a lot of action.
The narrative thrust is I shoot the Nazis.
Yeah,
and then I move forward in the world to get to more Nazis to shoot to die.
Right.
Huh.
I don't know.
I like it a lot.
I like it too.
I like it a lot.
It's a weird thing where it's like, I have a lot of criticisms of this game, but it's like, I still think it's one of the best games of the year, for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. In the scene that I got yesterday, he saw his first snake and he got real scared. And I was
real scared. That's Indy.
That's Indiana Jones.
That's Indiana Jones.
This is good. I don't know.
Yeah.
The game looks really freaking nice.
Yeah.
The whip gets confused constantly. Like whenever Indiana jumps, the whip is like, I don't know what's happening. Help.
It is also really funny. It's like, I've had this thought before, but it's just like, you're like, okay, Indiana Jones using a bullwhip. Like, who the fuck uses a bullwhip as like an adventurer? You know, it's like, it's kind of a weird thing. And it's only amplified by playing as Indiana Jones. It's like, what's at your disposal? Your fists, a pistol, a whip. And you're like, but it's still really fun. I mean, it's still really cool.
Because they're like, it's weapon, and you know what? It's a grappling hook.
It's a grappling
hook. I don't know, gang. It's just a grappling hook.
It's just a grappling hook. So,
but it doesn't, if it was an ImSim, there would be more things to grapple onto. You would be able to grapple onto other stuff, and you'd be able to swing like Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yep.
Instead of there being like hyperfixed points. It's not an immersive sim.
It's not an immersive sim. I agree with you. I totally agree.
It would be sick if it was, but also I don't know if there Indiana Jones has enough verbs for an immersive sim.
One Charles Hart has asked, Niki recently posted, I'm going to be very bad at this game before streaming Marvel Rivals with Giant Bomb. They proceeded to inhale 2 teammates as Jeff and throw them off a cliff to their deaths. What other times in your lives, gaming related or otherwise, that you knew in advance you'd be bad at something and still managed to impress yourself with how bad you did?
Valorant. Valorant. Riot Games is Valorant.
We're like 5 weeks. We're like 5 weeks in a row talking about how you fucking hate Valorant.
The thing that's such a bummer is I don't think I hate it. It's just I know it isn't for me.
Yeah,
different. They put in Fortnite. They put a Counter-Strike in.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like that.
You like it? Yeah.
The stakes are way lower.
Is it? Do you like pick a character with like different skills?
No, so there's no. It's closer to Counter-Strike than it's Valorant.
Okay,
it's Counter-Strike. Yeah. So there's a buy stage. You can pick up and drop weapons. You get money after every round. The modification is that it's 5v5, I think, and there are 5. Like they're called flex gadgets, and you pick a flex gadget before the round, and that's your tool. So like there's a bubble shield, there's a
is there overlap between those
sensor.
Or just one person?
No, one person can have it.
Cool.
Which doesn't really make any sense. The intention is to have people play roles, but like obviously that's not gonna work in this. So I think they're gonna probably rework the system. It launched in beta, which I guess is a cool thing you can do when you put a video game out in your video game. Like it kind of doesn't really mean anything. But yeah, they put that in there. But my answer to this question is Valorant.
I mean, I've been pretty bad at a lot of games that I thought
Yeah.
I would be pretty bad at. And I thought I'd be pretty bad at Valorant, and I was pretty bad at Valorant.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think it's like StarCraft. It's like a real time, like any real time strategy stuff. I'm like, I like the idea of it, and then I start to play it, and I get so overwhelmed that I do. That is the game that kind of turns me into Niki during Valorant.
Yeah.
Of kind of like, I will do anything to stop doing this right now. I will do anything.
That's fair.
I'm not having a good time.
Because it's boring, John?
It's boring and overwhelming. It's like
there's a lot of stuff happening all the time.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff happening. I'm just kind of like, I'm bored and I'm overwhelmed, which is not a good combo.
I'm trying to find the clip of me killing everyone in
Marvel Rivals,
yes,
which is a game I've still not played an instant.
Oh, really? We should play it later.
I know,
what are you doing later, John? We should play it. What are we doing right after this?
Probably I gotta feed the dog, but probably nothing.
Okay, we should play Marvel Rivals after you feed the dog and before I go get drinks.
Marvel Rivals, yeah, we can do that. Let's do that.
That sounds delightful.
That does sound delightful. Lovig asked, has Niki played Infinity Niki?
Yeah, actually, I have.
You did?
Yeah. I played my own video game.
Nice.
It is fine. It's I don't think it's like a game for me. It is deeply it's a Genshin. You gotta like spend money to get the good stuff. I don't want to. There's probably ways to not spend money, but I don't want to spend 150 hours playing a single video game.
Mm.
The writing is rough, and I think it's just like a bad translation. I don't think the translation is very good, but it is voice acted, which makes it worse.
Right.
For me personally, because they're working off of a bad translation, so it just kind of feels whack, and there's weird. A lot of talking in it. Sure is a lot of talking. And there are little bits of it that are kind of like Super Mario Odyssey, in that there's like moons, there are stars, they're called wish stars, I think. And they're scattered around the map, and you collect those wish stars, and then they power you up. And each of them are tied behind little tiny puzzles. It's like move these little boxes or stand on this thing and then jump into these little things, but they're scattered around the open world, and you can pick them up. And then that's how you level up the individual bits of clothing. You can put the sets together to give yourself different abilities, but there's 4 core ones, blah, 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 blah. You do more damage, blah, blah, blah. It's a Genshin Impact. It seems competently made, is what I will say. It seems like a good one of these. Yeah. One of these is not for me.
Yeah. Most of those are not for me either. I'm a little bit interested in playing it, but it's just because it, just looks different in some ways than those games. But it's like I don't know. I don't know. Let's do 2 more. Should there be more equivalents of video game rap beefs? That's from Jason.
How?
I would guess in terms of just like 2 people like feuding in the games industry.
Oh, just like 2 people?
I mean, it could be bigger than that, but yeah. Because I mean, there are companies that have historically had
beef, but no people.
But it's not on the level of like Coke and Pepsi. Did you know that if you worked for Pepsi, if you ordered a Coke somewhere, you could be fired? If you work for Pepsi and you were out somewhere and you ordered, like if you go somewhere and you order a Pepsi and they say we don't have Coke, you cannot say yes to that question. You go, I'll just have a water.
How do they know?
Great
How do
question,
they know, John?
But I'd be terrified. I'd be.
Can
so
you
scared.
Imagine being a Coca-Cola
being
Pinkerton?
narked? Can you be
and your
Coca-Cola Pinkerton?
And your assignment is to be the fucking your assignment. You're getting paid Pinkerton money, but you're a waiter at Chili's, waiting for a Coca-Cola employee to come in.
Yeah.
Did someone send a Slack message to someone and say, I've identified this person as soft, I think they would get peppy?
Yeah,
and then you trick them into getting into a Chili's. So you could get them compromised at work.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, it's like, it's the easiest way to probably compromise someone, right? So you just got to be really careful. You got to be really careful.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't. Here's my real answer: is like, I don't think people in games have the stomach to be in a beef.
No, everybody too soft.
Everyone's too soft. Like I genuinely, like, maybe this is an insane thing for me to say, but it's like, I wish that wasn't the case, because I actually feel like
for sure it probably would be healthy.
There is a weird, the softness can go so far that we actually never call attention to things that are actually super fucking weird, or like people who just lie about stuff, even if it feels like, it's like, because we're just like, we have to be too nice to people or whatever. So I actually wish we had more of a stomach for that kind of thing, because I don't think it's the end of the world for people to have a conflict.
No, but everyone deeply does think that it is like
the end of the world.
The end of the world. You can't do anything after you have a disagreement.
So I think beefs and feuds would actually be really cool if they manifested in fairly healthy ways. But instead, what we do is we like get online and we quote and we like fucking screenshot what the most inconsequential chud is doing that day, and then we go, wow, can you believe this guy is being a fucking dick again? Instead of just like fight each other about about stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be great if we did, but we don't. I'm not sure if we ever will. I feel like we're too fractured to do any of that. My Hero Zero, we're gonna end with this one. Any favorite getting a video game for Christmas / holidays, stories, or memories?
I sliced my hand open on the PlayStation 2 box that I got when I got my PlayStation 2, because my grandpa got it from Costco. And that was when like you would go into the Costco and they would sell you the PlayStation 2, but also like 2 games and an extra controller, and it would all be in the big flat plastic like hard shell situation. And I was so amped on Christmas to open the PlayStation 2 that I sliced my child hand open.
Hand, no.
Yeah. I don't remember when I guess I got the PlayStation 2 in 2001.
Wow. So you got
is what I'm realizing, because I had a PS1 and that came out in 2002 or in 2000.
2000.
And then the PlayStation 2 also came out in 2000. Yeah. And I had a PlayStation 2 before other people had a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Like, I have a very distinct memory. And did I play anything on that PlayStation 2? No. I played basically nothing on that thing.
Yeah.
Which is nuts in retrospect. I played so much more stuff on my GameCube than I played on my PlayStation 2, even though I had the PlayStation 2. Anyway, that's not a fond memory other than I got a PlayStation 2 that year, and I played a lot of Gran Turismo. So that was like with a fucked up hand. It was me, Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec, in my sliced open hand. Otherwise, no. I've only had bad video game experiences on Christmas.
Oh no!
Because I've told that my parents got me a Yu-Gi-Oh game for the Game Boy Advance, but I did not have a Game Boy Advance story. So that was a good one. The year I got the Xbox 360, but we did not have hardwired internet, and I didn't get the Wi-Fi thing. The Wi-Fi so adapter. I did not have an Xbox 360 for 2 months while I had to save up the money to get the Wi-Fi adapter so I could play video games on it, because they wouldn't let me connect it to the house because I would have broken the internet by doing that. I also didn't have any good games on that for that one, because the pack-in games were Lego Batman, a game I did not give a shit about and I think it was Pure. Do you remember Pure for the Xbox 360? The ATV motorcycle racing game?
Sure. Yeah.
Those are the pack-ins, so I didn't have any good video games for a while on that guy either. So
damn. I have a lot. I got my NES.
TV. Anyway.
I had a normal childhood. No, I'm just kidding. No, I had bad ones. But I have a lot of Christmas memories. Not all of them are good though. I got my NES when I was 4 or 5. I can't remember which, for Christmas, and my grandmother and great grandmother got it for me, and my mom essentially begged them not to, but they did anyway, which is great. Way to go, Nanny. Thank you, and Gigi. Appreciate it. I made my mom go all over town to get Samurai Showdown for Sega Genesis.
Hell yeah.
And
worth it, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was one of the bad ones because I played it. I was like, man, this is not very good. And I had to just kind of lie about it for a long time. Like I kept putting it in and playing it when my mom would be around, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh, I love this, because I felt bad that I didn't like this game.
You didn't like it.
It just wasn't very good. I got a Dreamcast, and then I fired up NFL 2K, and I remember
that must have been fucking crazy.
That was a really good one, and I remember distinctly feeling like video games will never look better than this. Yeah, they'll never be better than this. This is it. And I was
we've peaked.
We've peaked. A lot of Sega related kind of memories. Once I got past a certain age, I don't know, 15, 16, I kind of stopped getting video game stuff for Christmas. Some good ones. I didn't slice my hand open on anything.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm looking to see.
We definitely never had. I definitely think. Oh, well, okay. This is. Oh, no. This was Christmas.
You did slice your hand open.
No, this was a really fun one. I had asked my mom when I was probably. When did the Wii U come out?
2014. Nope.
So I was
2013.
So late 2012. So it came out in November 2012. So I was 27. My mom.
The correct answer, John, is 17. The thing you were looking for was 17 years old.
You were? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I was 27.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. When I was 27, my mom was like, I miss getting you video game stuff for Christmas.
Yes.
Is there a video game thing? And I was like, sure. I would normally just buy the Wii U on November 18th, but I will wait till December 25th. You can buy me a Wii U if you want. That's really great. Nice of you. That's really sweet. And she was like, great. Nikki, when I knew what it was, and it was wrapped. Yeah. And when I actually can't believe I haven't told this story before. I go over to the tree to pick it up. Nikki, this box weighs about 1 ounce. This box weighs nothing. And I pick it up, and I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, what's happening? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, maybe it's like a gift card to go pick one up, because they didn't have one at the thing, but she put it in a big box. She's like, and so I didn't say anything about the weight. So I just opened it, and it's a Wii U box. I'm like, cool. But I already know there's nothing inside of it. And I open the Wii U box, and there's nothing inside of it. And I'm like, hey, so thank you so much. Where did you get this? And then my mom had to basically admit that she got it from some third-party seller on Amazon, because they had sold out on Amazon ahead of time.
And they sent an empty box?
Fucking scammed, and they just sent an empty Wii U box. And so this is something I was like, Mom, you don't need to worry about this at all. I spent 2 weeks on the phone with Amazon trying to figure out what happened, and they got my mom's money back, and they had to send me a new one and all this stuff. But I wasn't that bummed about the Wii U aspect of it. It was just you're just the idea of hi, I got you this very specific thing, and you're like, okay, great. They hand it to you, and you're
it's empty.
Just it's wrong. It's wrong to an extent that is so hard to avoid. It's wrong in a really big way.
That's nuts.
I just felt really bad, but yeah, we worked it out. So that's probably the worst thing.
That's a good one though. I mean, it's not a good one.
It's not a good one, but it's
a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt, I'm like, oh, well, all right. This was during the era where my mom would buy bootleg DVDs of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Hell yeah.
And like, she bought like 100 of them, and I would say about 40 of them actually worked.
Ooh, that's bad math.
And she got like big time viruses on her
yeah,
machine.
Weird. That's like, really weird.
Crazy viruses. Like,
I'm not shocked.
Yeah, it was wild.
But listen, viruses are gone now, right?
Viruses are gone.
If we go back to that, maybe things will be good. We talked about this last week.
I know things are broken. Maybe we should go back.
Back to having computer viruses. Remember when the Wii U was going to have the 3DS circle pad on it instead of the sticks? I
do.
And then someone was like,
someone smart was like, don't do that.
We can't do that.
This will sell even fewer copies.
Yeah,
that'd be really, really, really wild. Let's get out of here, huh?
Okay. How much is a Wii U?
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
It was $299.
Well, I can buy one on StockX for $10,000.
StockX for $10,000. I mean, I can probably just give you mine.
No, I don't think I need it. It's the Wind Waker one.
Oh.
They're selling a limited edition Nintendo Switch Fortnite Double Helix console bundle. It comes with 1,000 V-Bucks and a skin that I guess you can only get from this Switch. John Warren, how many dollars are they selling it for? On the website, StockX.com. There are only 5 left.
$6.99.
Higher.
Ooh, $11.99.
13,800.
13,000
American dollars is how much they want for this Nintendo Switch. What comes with a boring Fortnite skin?
That's appalling.
You could buy the PlayStation 5 Pro 30th anniversary edition for less money.
Oh my God. I wanted one of those so bad.
Well, you can't have one.
I can't have one.
So,
can't have one.
Have you considered that? Just paint it gray, John. It's the same fucking thing.
I should just paint it gray.
You don't even look at it. What you should have done is get the controller. You don't even look at it. You look at the controller. Who gives a shit what the fucking box looks like? It's under the TV. It's behind the TV.
You're so right.
The controller makes sense to spend money on. You look at that thing. You hold it with your hands. But the limited edition controller or consoles are nothing to me. Like so deep. I'm not looking at it. I'm looking at the TV.
Mm-hmm.
A multicolored DS, absolutely worthwhile.
Worth it.
You look at that thing, you hold it.
Completely worth it.
But like, who gives a shit? This analog pocket is $500.
Why is it $500? How much do they usually retail?
This is the orange one. I think they're $299, but this is the translucent orange one, the fantastic orange one. And they want $500 for it on.
Can I say something crazy to you?
That you don't think that anybody should
mad?
That you think the analog pocket's fucking stupid and you can get most of the same good thing for like a third as much money?
For a third as much money and
it looks better?
Looks better and
is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. See, like I don't understand why you would buy this. I guess it has that music bullshit in it.
Yeah, the music bullshit makes sense, but it's like I'm not holding on to my Game Boy games. I don't know.
Yeah, no, like you're gonna put ROMs on it anyway.
I don't know. I just don't get it. Personally, I just don't get it.
I'm trying to imagine being like such a fucking nerd that I care about FPGA on the Game Boy. Get a job.
And with that, folks, we're going to head out. We are going to do our big Goaty episode also this week, so stay tuned for that. It'll drop soon. It will be, we were going to do kind of a bonus this week, but we want our Goaties to definitely be available for everyone. So we may do like some sort of bonus at some other point, but our Goaty episode will also come out this week. We're going to record that tomorrow. I have white smoke. Nikki does not quite have white smoke yet.
The smoke, the logs are being put in the fireplace, but it has not been turned on yet.
We're going to talk about our top 5 games of the year for each other also this week. So stay tuned for that. Nikki, you have anything to plug?
Nah. Fledgling Manor is available right now on the website steam.com. Type in steam.com and type in Fledgling Manor into the computer. It's not on sale anymore because you missed your window.
You missed it.
But you can still buy it for yourself for full price, which isn't very many dollars. I think it's like $14.99.
Yeah, missed it. But it's still really inexpensive. It's not
even $14.99. It's $11.75. That's less.
Yeah, no, it's super inexpensive. It's really good, and it's totally worth every penny because it's a great video game. Well, John has 2 things that you can go check out. One is Glider. Go to glydr.gg. You can get your Glider right now for $250. You don't even have to pay $250 a day. All you got to do is put $30 down and get a foot-based controller for video games, VR, and much more. These will ship out at the end of May. The Kickstarter backers will get theirs by the end of March, we're saying. So this next batch will go out just a little bit after that, but we're so excited to be producing these. We're actually assembling them in Aubrey, Texas, which is very close to where we live, which is very exciting. So we're going to be able to actually go see the
you'll be able to eat the facility.
We'll be able to like actually eat the parts as they come in. It's great.
Eat the parts.
Eattheparts.com. So you can go to glider.gg, and if you can't remember that, just go to feetlegal.com. It'll take you to the very same place. Also get Interstate 35. It's a video game that I helped publish. It is out right now. It is on sale during the Steam winter sale. It is 20% off, so you can go get it for less than $7 American, which is great.
Wow.
It's a visual novel. It should only take you a couple hours to complete, and it's a real treat if you like poetic writing. Julie Muncie did a great job of making that video game. So 2 great visual novels from the VGB's family of family people.
Family people.
That's my favorite.
That's good.
Steve Urkel sitcom. Family
Sturkle.
People.
Hi, I'm Sturkle.
I'm Sturkle.
And welcome to my new television program, Family People.
Keep on buzzing.